No.
Get two-speed.
Okay, so George hopes you enjoyed that little montage that he put together of the Maatouks Dyno Day, charity Dyno Day event. There was a dyno and there was a day and it was for charity. What a day it was. Yeah, we left here Friday morning, loaded the cars up, got GHEEUP and the red S15 on the trailers and headed down to Sydney. So bit of a, what is that? Flying across the...
That's awesome, but I don't see anything.
There's a piece of fluff. Bit of a trek down there. I think it was like 11, 12 hours. I don't know. I think we left here at about 8:30 and we got there at about 8:30, wasn't it really? When we actually got down there, we stayed at the hotel. It's pretty much right across from Sydney Motorsport Park. I think it was called Alpha Hotel or something. It's literally, yeah, like 2 minutes from the front gate of Sydney Motorsport Park. So when we got there, we pulled up. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we could actually hear drifting over at the track. So we got there, checked into the room, got the keys and stuff, and then went over and watched a bit of drifting. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, got up the next day and went down to the charity event. So we had GHEEUP booked in on the dyno, and I think it was like the third car or something like that to go on. Got it on there, ran it up, and I think it went, well, I don't think, I know it went. So got it on right in the middle of the day, but it was still cold down there. So, well, not cold, but cool, like it wasn't hot, which was fine. So it ran up 15... Oh, George, you wanker. It wasn't hot, so it wasn't cold. It wasn't cold, but it wasn't hot, so it was all right. It was just right. Yeah, got it bolted up to the dyno, ran it up, put his foot through the floor, and our drive-by-wire pedal, the stop, sometimes doesn't work, and the TPS popped out. But got that back in, ran the first pull up, forgot to reset the big tune button. So first pull it ran up 1300 flat. I think it was like 1300.6 or something like that. And then back to back, just went in, realised that we'd forgot to press the button again. So just opened the door up, pressed the mushroom button, and ran it up straight away again. And so it ran up 1555 at, I think it read 61 pound in the ECU when we pulled the log out later. So,
oh my God, what is this?
For reference, up here we had it go 1580 in our dyno room, so can't be mad at that at all. So still ran up a really good number. The only things that ran more power than us down there were 3.2s. So this is still a 2.8 litre, obviously. And the only thing is it beat us with the 3.2s, and almost bet George's left nut they're all on methanol. So I'm trying to think if there was anything that beat us that wasn't on methanol, and there wasn't. The only things that put down more power than us were the Maatouks drag cars, like Bipolar and Punisher and stuff like that. So yeah, really good, really happy. Got down there, sort of got to showcase sort of what we've done and what we can do and stuff like that. So really glad that the car behaved and didn't do anything funny. We've been having a couple issues lately with just the drive-by-wire throttle sort of having a bit of a fit and closing. Once we get to 50 pound of boost, it sort of decides that it doesn't want to stay open anymore, but it all behaved and it was all really good. And then what about the intercooler? Oh yeah, the intercooler, right, the front's off. Forgot about the whole front end thing. Yeah, so when we were on the dyno, we went 1580. So this has got an electronic wastegate on it by TurboSmart. We were at like 92% or something like that when we first put it on the dyno. And we were making just on 60 pound of boost, 55, 60 pound of boost, and that was at 92%. So 92% is basically, it's 92% closed. So very, very nearly closed, essentially. And sort of when we put it on, this was before we'd gone to the dyno day, we wanted to turn it up a little bit so that we put up a good number. And we tried to turn it up, and we're sort of creeping up the wastegate, and we weren't really seeing an increase of boost. And then eventually got to the point where we literally closed the wastegate, commanded it to stay 100% shut, and we still only got that 61 pound of boost. So initially we thought potentially the turbo was out, because we were seeing a little bit of an increase in back pressure. But then once we actually looked at the data a little bit better, we were getting 80 pound of boost on the compressor side outlet pressure sensor. And once it had gone through the intercooler over to the inlet side map sensor, we were only seeing 60 pound of boost. So essentially we're losing 20 pound of boost between the turbo and the intake. The only thing between that is some intercooler pipes and the intercooler. Didn't have time to sort of look into it any more than that, but when we were down there, we mentioned it to Anthony, and he said that we mentioned that we possibly got a cracked intercooler, and he pretty much leant down and pointed at where he said it would be, because he said he's seen a few. That was a lot of he saids, wasn't it? Said he'd seen a few, 3 or 4 of these coolers now, that once you start getting into the big boost, they sort of start to crack in the same spot, because of it's essentially what happens is the heat coming out of the turbo hits that one side of the intercooler first. And you've got like the heat coming out of that thing is pretty incredible. Melts the folder. What did I just say? Melts the flux and solder. I think I put that together. I think it's the flux, but basically melts or sort of weakens the integrity of the core on that side of the cooler, because it's the hottest side, and that sort of allows the core to get weak and crack over time and start leaking boost. So anyway, we got it back here, pulled it off, put a smoke test on it, and yeah, cracked both sides on the hot side of the intercooler. So we've sent that away now. It's gone back to Plasma Man. They're going to put a upgraded core in it. So we have it's a 5.5 inch core in it at the moment, and they're going to put a 6 inch core in it, because that 5.5 inch core was technically still like a street style core. So we're going to get a 6 inch core in it. They're going to cut the intakes off, weld them onto a 6 inch core, and send it back. Hopefully, but it will fix our sort of boost leakage. And then we'll go back to the dyno, take our wastegate off 100%, so that we don't accidentally potentially send this thing through the moon. But the plan is to get 70 pound of boost, 75 pound of boost into this thing, if it'll take it and if it'll make it. Once we got that intercooler back, we'll go back to the dyno and we'll see what it can actually do. So that's that. That's the update. What was my favourite car? There was a VL with an RB25 in it, which had really nice like candy red covers. I quite liked that one, only because of the colour of the covers. There was a GTIR there, which was also sick. I liked that one. Probably go the GTIR, just because it's different. Yeah, let's go with that one then. We'll pick that. Anyway, that's it. That's what we're doing.
That's it. You heard it here.
We heard it first. But yeah, that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and We're going to throw in the dyno videos now. Bipolar, Punisher. Is Punisher and Metro the same car?
No.
Yeah, don't want to sound silly.
Bipolar,
Bipolar and Punisher. Yeah. But I can't remember if Metro's... I don't know.
That's why it's quite bold.
No. But yeah, that's it. Enjoy. Enjoy this. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, George. You enjoy it, George. George?
Hopefully I keep both my nuts.
Yeah, if I was wrong. I'm not wrong. It was all good. I'm sure of it. We were the highest powered ethanol car there. I will put it on... Well, we were the highest powered ethanol car that went on the dyno. Put it that way. That way I'm safe. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.
He said it wasn't even Mitch. He's like, who cares?